guys, we are back with Van. Thank you again for tuning in and thanks for coming back to our channel. In today's video, we will be asking Van how did she get her new car. She actually bought a car just a few months ago. So we will be talking about how as a newcomer you can buy a car here in St. John, New Brunswick. And this is gonna be same in throughout all Canada. So hi again, Van.
Hello.
We missed you. So yeah, how did that experience went?
Sure. Buying a car was really something that we did not really plan during that time because we got the car in February. Yeah, first week of February.
Okay.
So although we have a bus, like a
The bus route.
yeah.
We're near your house.
Since it was winter, it was really difficult for my partner who works uptown to get a car, and she works home. She comes home really late, so we were left with no choice but get a car. So that was when I thought that it would just be an easy task to do. But then for you to get a car, you need to have a license, and then I do have a license, but it's not a Canadian license. And then for you to register a car, you need to have an insurance and all those things. But then the insurance company would require you to have a license. So then I decided, okay, I need to have a license.
Yeah.
So that was when I got the driver's license. But
and are they gonna allow you with just that first written test?
Yes.
License? Okay.
Yes, that's
so you
correct.
don't have to pass the actual road test to get that.
That's right.
Okay.
Because I did have the option to actually get the actual class 5 right away, but since I'm new to St. John, although I've been driving for more than 5 years in my home country, but it's still different.
Yeah.
But it's better. When I say different, it's better driving experience here, okay, compared to where I came
here
from.
it's more organized. I think the roads, like you have the traffic lights. People are not gonna just cross you over while driving.
They're more.
Everybody is settled
kind.
and organized in driving.
So so as I was saying, I wasn't prepared. So what I did was I did call Service New Brunswick and asked if I will pass the written exam, will that be enough? And then they said yes, because they actually just need to register me in their system. So which I did. So the moment that the moment that I passed my written exam, I went to Service New Brunswick, have myself registered so that I'll be in the system. They gave me this paper, and that was when I started scouting for cars.
Yeah.
Because I had my written exam January, I guess.
About that time.
So I asked Usman about his experience. So I just checked the marketplace.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
Yes, I even considered really getting a new car.
Yeah, you did.
I did consider that because for me personally, I'm not really into cars. The only thing I know about car is I'm going to drive it, I'm going to park it, stop, go, that's it. And of course, doing the maintenance. I mean the oil change, but not myself. I have to go to Mr. Lube or those.
See, that's why I have Osman for that.
Exactly.
He takes care of everything. He even put the gas for me. Like I don't even go and put gas for myself.
The gas as well is also the first time was funny because I don't know even how to pump the gas.
And you know what? It's a little bit different than the state. In the state, you would just scan your card. And you put it, and then there is like a clip where you hang the gas, and you just stay in the car or go anywhere you want. Here in Canada, you have to keep holding it.
Yes, and
even
you
if
go
it's
inside,
cold, and then you go inside to pay.
I've been looking, and the one thing that I had to, of course, set my budget.
Of course. And I would encourage everybody to do so. Like, always have a budget for everything. Like, even buying phone. And I know as a newcomer, you'll see so many things extravagant that, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Always set a budget for yourself, and I'm proud of Van because she really figures things out by herself.
I know. And then I checked the what do you call this? I checked online in marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. One of the sellers, Usman and Jihen, actually went with us to check on the car, and
Yeah.
that was when. So you have to be careful as well because there are really affordable cars.
There are.
There
yeah.
are even less than 1,000 and all that. But then when you get inside, there are lots of things to fix.
Yeah, and
So-
you don't want to do that as a newcomer. You really don't want to be going through changing transmission
Yes.
or doing that. That's too much for you.
Yes,
like,
because
you know.
it's very expensive. The mechanic here
Yes,
is
yeah.
very expensive. Everything is very expensive. So
Yeah.
so we got a car. It's a secondhand
Mm-hmm.
Mitsubishi Outlander, because that was it's a good car. But then after driving it, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks into driving it, that was when uh, I felt that I had to change this and that, so which I did. So yeah, that was so. Even if our budget was just like, let's say 3,000, so I guess I had to change the ball joint, if I'm using the correct term correctly,
Yeah, I think
and
so.
then the exhaust and then those things. So I think it already went up to the actual budget. So my personal advice really is, if you have someone who really knows about the car, they need to be with you
Mm-hmm, yeah.
before purchasing it. It's I'm not sure if it's really possible that you can bring the car to a shop first before buying it. I don't think
At some case you could do
Yeah.
that, but the shop will also charge you
Yes.
for a car.
Exactly.
So I would encourage people to actually do that. If you absolutely find a car, you absolutely love it, and you know this is the one, then maybe take it to the shop to make sure what it's need, and then you can actually negotiate the price. So say like, hey, I love this car, you said it's 4,000, but the mechanic said they will take 500 to fix it. Can you give me for 3,500 instead? So you can do that.
Yes.
And there are honestly some people who are easygoing, and Canadian are kind of like
Yes.
that in a total. Like if you tell them, no, I have this budget and I'm a newcomer, I just want to pay this much. If it's reasonable, they'll go for it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that's fine.
Exactly. Yep. And then, so when I got the car, by the way, of course, I had to register it
Yeah.
under my name. That's one thing that I love about doing it, because it's very easy.
Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah. So just make sure that they give you the paper, because there are two ways on how to register the car that you got. The first way is that the seller and the buyer, you both would need to go to Service New Brunswick, and
Yeah.
that's the only time that they will allow you to get the car.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment that you have, they transferred it to your name.
Yeah,
I think that's
correct.
ideal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But in my case, the buyer just came here. He gave me the paper, and then I was the one who went to Service New Brunswick and register it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I would advise as well is that the paper that they don't need to give you identification.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't. So just really the paper.
It's
Just-
basically the registration, or the car title or the car registration from the old owner. At the back, they will write the name. They will write their name, they'll sign it, and then they'll write it to the buyer. So basically, they wrote your name and you signed it.
Yes, that's right.
And then with that, you will take it to the Service New Brunswick to register the car under your new name. Like under your name.
Yes, that's correct. And I thought that was it, but then I when I went there, I know that I had to pay for the registration, but I was surprised that I have to pay 15%.
Yes, that's
Oh.
the tax. So you
Whatever
have to
amount.
Pay, yeah, you
Yes.
have to pay whatever amount of the car, 15% on
Yes.
that. That's the tax
On top of the
Okay.
registration.
on top of the registration.
Yes. Yeah. And oh, sorry. I was also going to say that it's also very helpful that the MVI, motor vehicle inspection, I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called, it needs to be valid as well, because they won't register it.
Yeah, so it's called, it's
It's a
a
sticker.
yellow paper, and then they give you a sticker on top it to basically say this car is actually not a good car, but it passes the maintenance or it passes the regulation of driving a car in New Brunswick. So they'll check the basic. So when you're buying a car, any car actually here in New Brunswick will have to have a sticker on it say this it passed the maintenance, and that maintenance stays for 2 years, so you'll have to renew it every time. So the advice here, whenever you will go and buy a car, make sure that that sticker is on. The maintenance, this car passed the maintenance, and then they will give you a yellow paper. Actual owner of that car at that time, they'll give you yellow paper that you'll have to take with that registration to Service New Brunswick.
Yep.
And did they give you like a bill of sale?
No, they did. Service New Brunswick did say that it's not required anymore as long as that car registration at the back is filled out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my case, what my buyer did was that she just signed the back,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't fill out our names on it. So she had to go back and she had to fill it out and make sure that the car registration that she had that you have is the latest one, unless you're buying something that's not registered for how many X amount of years, and you're willing to pay the fine,
tax,
and all that.
So basically, make sure that the registration of the car you're buying is not expired, like it's still valid for this current year. And as a piece of advice, because Van, you mentioned that they don't ask about the bill of sales.
No.
Sometimes they would do, just to save yourself, ask the seller to write that, hey, my name is blah, I'm selling this car with the VIN number with this amount of money to this person. You both sign it. It's just a piece of paper. Take that with you to Service New Brunswick, because you don't know when they might ask for it. And many people will buy a car, like Van, for example, you bought a car from Hampton, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
Hampton. So Hampton is almost 40 minutes away. If you don't get all the papers at the time of buying, you might not meet that buyer again, or people are busy here. So get everything ready for you. Now, the insurance.
Oh, yes. That was another thing that I had trouble with, because the insurance company will not allow, they will not give you an insurance if you only have a 7.1. And there is no one in your household that has a class 5.
Yeah.
Because technically, you're not supposed to drive alone, right? So what I did was I explained to the insurance company that I am with that I am insuring the car not with a 7.1, but with my international license.
Yeah, so that's why you kept your international.
Yes, it took me maybe how many days to really find someone who would understand the situation. But with the moment I said that keyword about I'm insuring this car using my international license that allows me to drive here in Canada, then that was the time that they did accept.
Okay.
The catch there is that it's expensive.
Yes.
It's very expensive.
So insurance here is expensive for everybody, but it will be expensive more for the people who are new to Canada or people who are new to driving.
Yes.
And the more car you put in your insurance, the less money you pay.
Okay.
So that's that. Like take TD insurance for example, and I think that's what you have with. So if you put your tenant insurance, like you rent an apartment and you put your insurance with TD, you put your car insurance with them, they'll give you a discount because you are doing a bundle. If you have if you have 2 cars and you are renting or having a house and that's putting insurance with, so you have 3 type of insurance with them, they'll give you another discount. So always think of that. And here in Canada, we have something called quote. So you can get a quote from many different insurance company for free. You just call them, hey, I'm looking to do an insurance for this type of car. how much it's gonna be, and they'll give you the estimate amount for free. They're not gonna charge you. So what I will encourage you, go call as many insurance company around as you can, get a quote from them and compare the quotes.
Yes.
And see which one is giving you a better price. Then you can, make your decision.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah. So I think this was it for today. We talked about how you can get a car. See if you have people that can help you with checking the car. If you guys here in St. John, I am volunteering for Usman to go and help
Yeah.
you. He's not here, but I'm pretty sure he will help you guys at least to look for a car. If not, try to judge by yourself. Make sure that the person is trustworthy. Make sure that the car is worth it. You also don't want to buy a cheap car and then end up, fixing it, because mechanic work and labor work is a little bit expensive. And all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.